Yo, what's good, everyone? So I wanted to take some time out today and just talk about how to be more disciplined. Just talk about a little bit of trading psychology, because what we know about trading is that it's really 20% skill and 80% your mindset, 80% your psychology, right? The way you think. So I kind of wanted to dive into that and give you a little bit more about how to use, proper risk management. Something as simple as that, creating, a trading plan, a compounding plan, and just being able to stick to it and being disciplined and really showing you, how it works. I know I drop a lot of different strategies and whatnot, but I feel like people really, you can learn all the strategies you want to, but if you don't have that mindset, that trading mindset, that trading psychology, then you won't be successful. So I did want to share that with you. Now, if you see here, this is Trading in the Zone. This is by a man by the name of Mark Douglas. If you have not read this book, I highly suggest that you read it. This will really help with your mindset and your psychology. Also, The Disciplined Trader by Mark Douglas as well. But I do have this Trading in the Zone document, and this is the entire book. As you can see here, right, you got all the table contents, you got all the different 11 chapters. So I'm going to be putting a link down in the description box, so you can go ahead and feel free to download it for free. That way you'll have this at your disposal and be able to read it on your own terms, completely free. Right now, this book is selling on Amazon for roughly $30. So you get it for free, but definitely read this, and it'll definitely help the way that you trade, the way that you look at the market. Now, to get into, using proper risk management, right? Now, you probably always hear me talk about, hey, I'm not risking more than 3% of my account per trade, right? I'm not risking more than 3% of my account per trade. And then I always say, if I lose 5% of my account, I'm done trading for that day, right? If I lose 5% of my account, I'm done trading. And why do I do this, right? The reason I do this is because I understand that I'm not going to win every single trade, right? It's just not going to happen, right? If it did, yo, that'd be wild. But, I've seen even some of the top traders, take some lessons on trades. It just happens, right? But you have to learn from it. And if you're sticking to your plan and you are using your proper risk management, it's okay if you lose, because you've already predefined and accepted that risk. So hey, if I lose this, it's okay. So the reason that I do 5%, right? I don't want to go rambling on, but the reason I do 5% is because it's really just a good number for me. Typically 5% for me is, if I lose 2 trades in a row, right? If I lose 2 trades in a row, I'm usually done. I'm done for the day, and it is what it is. Now, with 5% being my maximum daily loss, that would mean that in order for me to have a blown account, right? In order for me to blow my account, I would have to lose 5% of my account for 20 days straight. Now, remember, 20 trading days is a month, because we don't trade on the weekends, right? So 20 trading days is a month. So that's saying that for an entire month, I would have had to do nothing but take lesson after lesson after lesson after lesson. And that's highly, highly unlikely, right? Because if you're sticking to a strategy, sticking to your trading plan, sticking to your rules, you're gonna win. So how you have to look at this, right? A lot of people, the reason why their mindset is where it is because they're thinking of this market as in terms of money. They're thinking about, how much money can I make, right? So, for example, if somebody sits there and makes $50 in one trade, right? First trade of the day, they make $50. Cool, happy. Now, think about this. They started their account with $100, right? They started their account with $100. They made $50 in one trade. Look, don't even get to me about risk management. This is just somebody who just started trading, doesn't know anything about risk management, was happy to get in, took a trade, right? So they made $50. Okay, so they grew their account in one trade by $50. $50 is 50% of 100. So they grew their account by 50% with one trade. So that's how you have to look at it. You have to look at it in percentages, right? Too many people look at it as dollar amounts. So think about the person who, oh, I just made $50 in one trade. Let me go ahead and, see if I can make $100 this time, right? But then what happens? They risk more to try and make more. They end up losing that trade. And now all of a sudden they're scrambling, trying to find trades to make back what they just lost rather than being satisfied with what they made. So that's why I have my risk management plan. That's why I'm like, yo, I'm not risking more than 3%. If I lose 5% a day, I'm done. Typically my account daily goal is to grow my account by 8% every day, right? So with that being said, and I am going to show you, let's see. There we go. Cool. So my risk management plan, right? So my risk percentage per trade is less than or equal to 3%. Typically, if I take a trade, I'm risking 2% of my, account. That way it gives me some room to be able to roll over if I need to. Now, remember, if you have a broker where you have the rollover feature, depending on the amount that you risk, for every time you roll over, it'll charge you 30% of the amount that you risk, right? So say that if I take a trade for $10, right? I risk $10 for a trade, and then I have to roll over one time. 30% of 10 is $3. So instead of me risking that initial $10, it'll add $3 on, and altogether I'll be risking $13, right? So then say I wanted to roll over again, 30% of $13 is $3.60, right? So then if I rolled it over twice, my total balance that I would be risking is $16.60. Okay, so it just goes like that. So typically, now I typically risk 1 to 2% per trade. Typically I stay in that 2% range. That way it gives me the flexibility to be able to roll over if I need to and not risk more than my risk management plan. Okay, so and then my maximum daily loss, like I said before, is 5%, right? It's 5%. It can be whatever you want it to be, whatever works for you, as long as you stick to your plan. But you have to look at trading is really just a game of numbers, a game of probabilities, right? And once we start to view everything not in dollar amounts, but more in just numbers and percentages, you're going to become such a better trader, right? Such a better trader. So the maximum daily loss, 5%, and then my daily profit goal is 8%, right? And typically, another thing is when we are trading binary options, right? Let's remove this. When we are trading binary options, right? So typically, I don't want to take any trades less than a 70% payout, right? I don't want to take any trades that are less than a 70% payout. Okay, and that's, and I'm actually gonna change that. All right, no trades less than a 70% payout. Now, I understand that depending on the broker that you have, right, there may be some pairs that'll be set up, and like for one of my brokers, IQ Cent, a lot of the times the pairs will be between 60 and a 70% payout, depending on the time that I'm trading, right? And there will be times that I do take 60% payouts, right? There will be times that happens. However, typically I'm only wanting to take trades that are 70% payout or higher, right? So what just happened? My bad. All right, so back to this, right? Oh, I don't even know if y'all can see this. Oh, you can. Okay, cool. Cool. Excuse me. So yeah, no trades less than 70% payout. All right. So this is typically my risk management plan, right? You can create your own risk management plan, but this is what I stick to. And you know, and it works. It works. Literally, if you just continue to, you know, stick to that plan, it's you're going to be successful. Now, what you also have to understand, right? Let's go. All right, so I'm gonna go over here. And I do want to show you now. We all know about compound daily, right? This is how I come up with my compounding plan. So for me, right now, I have an account that I started at 250. Excuse me. I want to grow my account by 8% every day, right? And the number of days, remember, there's 20 trading days in a month. So 60 days isn't 2 months. 60 days is actually 3 months, right? So this typically will be the first week of January. Daily reinvest rate. We're not withdrawing anything, including weekends. No, we're not, because we're only trading Monday through Friday, or Sunday through Thursday. You know, it's really up to you, you know, what days you want to trade. You find the best days to trade. But typically for me, I don't trade on the weekends. I don't typically trade on Sundays either, just because in my experience, when I do trade on Sundays, they typically tend to be bad trading days for me. And I feel like it's just because the market's really just setting up for the week. So typically I don't trade Sundays anymore, but hey, I mean, there's some people that do it. Now, you can calculate it, right? And obviously, you know, we come up with this, right? So, and this shows you everything for your compounding plan, right? How much you need to earn per day, how much your total, you know, principal will be, so your end balance for that day. Now, something that I do have, I'll drop this link as well, is an HFX compound sheet, right? This is also how, you know, I'm able to just quickly, you know, figure out how much I need to risk and whatnot. So for me, that starting balance is 250. And if you wanted to, you can change this. So say you wanted to start, you know, with $100, right? It'll automatically populate all of this for you, automatically calculate it all. So for me, though, we started at 250. Okay, so this is your starting balance, and then you have the risk percentage. So then you can enter, you know, how much do I want to risk on this trade, right? So for me, it's 2. I really want to just risk 2% per trade, right? And that's without any rollover, anything. Sorry, I had to change it. I had to change the song. It was all right, cool. All right, so my bad. So we're back to the compound sheet, right? So even if you want to change this, right, you want to risk that 3%. So it's automatically going to populate. Okay, so you're risking 3% of 250. So that means I'm risking no more than $7.50 per trade, right? And then this also has a payout percentage, which if you wanted to, you can change as well. So say that payout percentage was 60% and I won that trade, I would have won $4 and, you know, made $4.50 profit. But typically, you know, I want to do 70. So it shows you how much you would make profit. Then, you know, obviously our reinvesting percentage, which is going to be 100, because we're reinvesting everything that we make, because we're not withdrawing anything, right? Now, when it comes to compounding, another thing when it comes to compounding trades, right? What some will do is they'll take their first trade, right? Once they take their first trade and they clear that trade, right? So they win this $5.25, right? What they will do is what they win on that trade, they'll risk on their next trade. So if you add that $7.50 plus that $5.25 that you made profit, right? That comes out to $12.75, which you see right here. The next trade risk is $12.75, right? So what some will do is they'll compound and then they'll risk $12.75 and they'll do it that way. They'll compound it. And so typically there will be some people that they'll just take these two trades, right? So they'll take their first trade, they'll win, right? And then they'll compound that trade by risking the total that they won. And then if they win that, then they're done for the day, right? So typically that's what some people do. I don't do that personally. I typically like to just stick to, risking no more than 3% of my account per trade and just doing it that way. But like I said, it's all your preference. As long as you have a plan and you stick to it, you're going to be good. So as you can see, all this is, you can calculate all this. Now, one thing that you can do, right? See all these risk percentages. And if you scroll down, it just scrolls and scrolls and scrolls. I don't even know how far this goes down. All right, so this goes down all the way to 301 rows. Okay, so I highly doubt that you want to go and click through everything. So what you can and like have to change the values to the same. So like, say you want to risk 3% of your account. Say that's your plan is, I'm risking 3% of my account per trade, like initially 3% of my account. So say you want to change all of these values, right? What you can do is you'll press Control H, so CTRL on the keyboard for those who are, technologically illiterate. Oh my gosh, I can't even speak. I'm the one who's illiterate. But so if you are technologically illiterate, if you press the Control key, hold that down, and you press H, this should pop up on your Excel. So what you'll do is in the find bar, you'll type 2, and this is pretty much just saying, hey, every cell, so every box that has just the number 2 in it, I want to replace it with, and then the number that you want to replace it with. So for this example, we want to replace it with 3 because we want all of our risk percentages to be 3, right? And then you'll just click replace all, and you see here, all changed to 3s. You'll click done, and you'll see the rest of the, the rest of the boxes as well recalculated. So, but my bad. Something started looking weird, and I'm just sitting here like, wait a minute. Yeah, that was wild. But yeah, so you can do that, right? Even if you want to, change the payout percentage, right? Control H. So we want to change everything, that every cell that has 70, and we want to replace it with 60. Right? Oops, my bad. I didn't press replace all, but 70 replace with 60, replace all, boom. And it'll change just like that, right? It'll change just like that. So typically this is something that you can use. I'll drop the link for this as well. But I did just want to open your mind a little bit to just, a little bit of the trading psychology, a little bit of how, how traders are actually successful in this game. It's just too many people are looking at the dollar amount, and it's like, you don't look at that. Just like when you're trading on, a MetaTrader 4, if you're trading regular Forex and not binary options, and you're trading on a MetaTrader 4 account, right? What people typically do is they say, hey, I want this number of pips in a day. So a lot of people when starting off, they'll be like, hey, I want 20 pips a day. 20 pips a day. That's it. 20 pips a day. Right? Instead of looking at, hey, I need to make $20 today. I need to make $10 today. I need to make $200 today. Right? They look at, yo, I need to make this many pips. So you kind of get rid of the whole money mindset and you just strictly look at numbers. It's just numbers. So it's just some little mindset for you. I hope this is helpful. I hope I gave you some value, right? I'm gonna be dropping a couple other videos pretty soon as well, going through some one of the strategies that I use when trading binary options. Also gonna just drop a video just giving a walkthrough of, you know, trading binary options, different brokers, whatnot. Just for anybody that's new. I know there's tons of videos out there that people can watch, but you know, there is some knowledge that I have. You know, you're talking to someone who has blown multiple accounts, who's gone, you know, through the ups and downs, who's had really profitable days, you know, who's had $100,000 days, 200,000. Oh, did I say 100,000? I wish. $100 days, $200 days. I've had $1,000 days, $1,000 weeks. So I've felt the success, but I've also felt the failure. You know, I'm blowing $100 accounts, $1,000 accounts. Like, it's just happened, and it was all my mindset. You know, so just want to share that with you, man. And just, you know, tell you, hey, wherever you are in your trading journey, just don't give up. Just keep going. Apply these principles, right? Come up with a trading plan. Come up with your risk management plan. Stick to it. To a T. Stick to it. Don't sit there and you know, stray from it. Oh, one other thing that I did want to go over is when trading, right? When you're trading, you know, for me, I want to hit 8% every day, right? I want to hit 8% every day. But there are times where I may not hit that 8%, right? I may make profit for the day, but I may not hit that 8%, and that's perfectly fine. We have to understand that when it comes to this, our compounding plan right here, when it comes to this, yes, it says, okay, this is our daily goal, but it's not necessary to hit your goal every day, right? Me personally, I'd rather make a profit in the day than take a loss, right? I'd rather make a profit whether it hits my goal or not. I'd rather take that over a loss any day. You know, if I grow my account by 3% in a day, I'm not about to sit here and be like, oh man, I didn't hit my 8% goal. I'm not about to continue to sit on the charts all night to try and hit my 8% goal, right? I take an hour, no more than 2 hours in the morning to trade, right? Take my trades an hour to 2 hours. That's it. And then occasionally I may sit, if I'm up, if I'm free, if I finish everything I need to, then I'll take an hour of the night to trade. No more than an hour. I don't even usually stay that long for the night sessions, but typically that's what I do. You know, you find a time to trade, find a good time that you want to trade, and that just comes with doing this, having experience, keeping track of your trades. So having your trading journal out during your session, right? And you begin to find those good times to trade, right? Typically for me, I tend to trade the overlap of New York and London session. So that's roughly between, 8 and 10 o'clock for me, typically. And that's Central Time. But that's my trading session right there. I'm not, there's a lot of people that they have this misconception that traders just sit and stare at charts all day. No, I'm sitting here looking at charts for 2 hours, maybe taking 4 or 5 trades, and then I'm done for the day, right? What I make, I take my profit and I dip. So just want you to realize that this compounding plan, don't, stress yourself out to the point, oh, I gotta make this. No, if you make a profit during the day, if you grow your account by 3%, 5%, whatever it is, as long as you're making profit, you're growing your account. It's as simple as that. So, you know, whatever you do in your trading session, yo, clap it up. Be happy for yourself. If you took any lessons, go back and see, you know, okay, why did I get into this trade? What went wrong? Why did it go the wrong way? And there may be sometimes, you know, your analysis may be on point and price just doesn't go that way. And it just happens, which is why it is so important to stick to this risk management plan, to stick to your trading plan. And it's literally that simple. So like I said, man, I hope y'all got some value from this, man. Love y'all. I will definitely have some videos out soon. So yeah, man, thanks for keeping up with this. Let's get it. Let's run up this bag, man. You know, this world is absolutely crazy, and the only thing we can do is just stay one step ahead of the curve, right? The fact that you're watching this video right now, you're already a step ahead of the majority of people, you know, in the world. So let's go, man. Let's go. So I'll definitely have some videos. You feel me? Subscribe. Go ahead and share this with people, man. Like I said, I'm gonna drop the links to Trading in the Zone and the link to the compound sheet as well. All right. Cool. Until next time, deuces. Yes, sir.